Hello, social media that you are streaming this show on. I go live every Friday at 1:30 on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Twitch. And I mean, the Twitch situation, no one's there, honey, except for random people who just pop in and say mean things to me and then leave. But that's fine because I have a lot of love and I'm so excited. People are already in the room to see, my little baby boos. So, this is episode 9, almost episode 10, because that is one less than 10, which is the number 9. And I'm excited that this show has been easy for me to do, and also B, fun, and we've been chugging along in such a way, and I'm excited to talk about the topics I have for you today. So following, if you haven't done it yet or been here, it's just pretty much across the board of of pop culture and entertainment and stories and celebs and products and fashion and business and stuff like that, just stories in that context that I've been following. So in that realm, they are usually stories that aren't too deep, and as well as some having a fun obsessive quality or whatever. So sometimes they are deep, like those horrible murders from last week, but where we have to just be able to talk about something and then digest it together. So look at all the peeps. Thank you so much for coming in. Look, Marie. Oh, okay. A little changey poo. Oh, you're on Facebook this way. Hi guys. Ramsterdam's here. Hi, all the way, just from everywhere. Crystal, Gabby, yes, Marie. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Mika. Yes. Okay, so Lynn, Jay, I love it. Okay, so everyone just really coming in. So happy to see you. Lots on the docket. Hope wherever you are in your life, so happy you're taking a moment to be with me, truly, on a Friday, wherever it is. It's 1:30 where I am. But what a gift. And I hope that you are enjoying your life or not working too hard. So little break, Friday, we're going to get into this weekend. For me, needed that breath. We'll get into later on what's happening, was the harvest moon, my loves, as we transition into fall. So if you are feeling any sort of way, that could be energetically from the outside, what's happening and interacting with whatever's happening to you on the inside. So I think that just joining together and even breathing together, as well as just hopefully connecting in some way, in some positive way, will wash away any of the stale energy that, or any of the awkward energy that such a transition has brought up, which I think that is more, for me at least, not projecting on you, for me, what kind of transpired for me this week. But nothing bad, really good news. If you follow me on Instagram or if you know my life, I have spent the last year in really diving into the subject of wealth management, which across the board is a big subject and touches upon many things, many adulting things, my loves, obviously, so stocks, right? And portfolios and all of the ways you make money in that situation, options, futures, stock options, the ways in which stocks or businesses reward employees, 401ks and IRAs and Roth, and what that means, and different types of businesses, and then the taxation and liabilities, the consequences for different movements within money. And that's a lot, as well as computing or having an understanding of compounding and discounting, which is one thing, which is understanding the time value of money, but also annuitizations in such a way, and education funding, where you really have to play with different formulas and multi-step processes to account for inflation and taxes while you save money. Okay, so it's been really great because I didn't know any of it. And I look around at my life, which I love my life, but just a little side note is, I spent my whole life being a theater arts major and comedian and actress and somewhat host, in living in LA, and all my friends, part of a alternative comedy scene. I waited tables and I did late night shows and like all of those people. And so many of those people have had, different amounts of great success in so many different ways, but not a lot of us at my level know financial literacy. So great course in that. I got my certificate for my like first designation, and then now I get to go on take my licenses. And so that's what's been happening with me. Let's get into this episode though. So, and I love you guys, and we could talk more later. So, but yeah, Lisa, I agree. We have a fiduciary. They make no money unless we make money, and that is true. There's different ways you can pay people to handle your money. My father's a fiduciary, and he makes a percentage fee based upon the total portfolio. So it's in his interest to grow the portfolio. He doesn't take transaction fees based upon different moments or different transactions, my loves, which is a different pay structure. Okay, sozies, wozies, whoosies, loosies. Big news. Elon Musk and Grimes, honey, have called it quits. Yeah, look at him. She was just at the Met Gala and she looked great. And also Grimes is hosting that weird AI, not to say weird, but interesting, I guess, AI singing competition show with Nick Lachey and Alanis Morissette. And I thought there was one more. Maybe it's just the three of them. Oh, and will.i.am maybe. And I was reading earlier, like 2 days ago, some Nick Lachey quote where he was just like, Grimes makes me feel so old. She is very interesting and looks at the world in such a way that my brain is just not that way. And I mean, I don't know Grimes very well. Like, I don't know like her life. I don't really like know her music. Maybe I should. Like, I try to like really be like, well, who is she? Because every time I see her, she looks completely different. So I have not isolated who I can like even understand her to be. Like, I just showed you a picture of her and I like know what she looked at the Met Gala. And then my only other like idea of who she is when Elon Musk, we'll get into this is a parallel, played like Wario or Mario. No, he played Wario on trial when he hosted SNL. And she came out as Princess Peach, right? As like a full Princess Peach outfit. So like she could walk by me right now. I'd be like, I don't know who she is, like not dressed crazy or dressed crazy. Even if she was dressed crazy, but well, it's a crazy dressed person. I can't even isolate who she is or what her facial features are. Now, that's something I have to work out. She's just like a little confusing to me. And I definitely do not know what her music sounds like. And she has a child, my love, as you know, whose name is like A1F, A-I-F. Okay. And I was reading this other article because, as I said, I deep dived into this person and yet don't know this person, where she was just like, I don't really like relate to the word mother, which, listen, that is every person's choice. I wish I knew what that means to her in the sense of, okay, just that name, but like he can call you like, hi, instead of like mommy, like grimy. Does that mean that like you have like I mean, I don't know this person. I'm like, do you have a nurturing relationship though with your child? Because then I think like, oh, this child's just, parents are just gonna like, break up. You have that name. Your dad is Elon Musk. He already has like 7 other boys or 4 other boys, a bunch of boys. Your mom is Grimes, who I can't tell out of a lineup, and she doesn't want you to call her mom. I mean, this is where I'm like an old traditionalist, right? Where I'm like, I hope that person's life's good. Like you are being raised by, arguably very intelligent, avant-garde, interesting people with very specific mindsets and aesthetics and lifestyles. What an interesting world to bring like a baby in, and just like, what is that world like for that baby? It's so, this is not, okay. I think of like, we're all put in the face of like Kardashian kids. And listen, I don't understand why I have to know why they show those kids all the time. I mean, like those kids definitely like don't have any anonymity to them, like I hope that they want to be famous because they're already famous. So, but having at least seen all of them, it does make me feel like, well, the Kardashians are just like also rich. They just like put all their kids together with the same nannies. And at least these kids are being like somewhat raised together with like traditional-esque situations, even though I'm not saying one's better than the other, because how could I? It's interesting how celebrities raise their kids. And it's interesting how us normies raised. I was from a divorced family, so it's just like having said all of that, I love it. Okay, Gabby, he calls her Claire. Imagine your 2-year-old calling you first name. Okay. But is it like unabashed? Grimes looks much younger than she is, but she doesn't have traditionally beautiful features according to Hollywood music industry. So that sets her apart. Yeah, I think she's like 33 or whatever. That's so interesting. Lisa, you just changed your picture. That's so crazy. I'm gonna miss your face. Okay, thanks. By the way, yeah, also can you thumbs up this video? I always forget to ask, and it'd be like great for me and for you if I could get like a couple of thumbsy upsies. See, right now, I just got 2 because I just like reminded people. I know it's so annoying. You forget to just turn on that light bulb and then it's like, but where is it? Especially if you're watching on a mobile device, you have to exit the chat and enter back in. What a nightmare. I know that. But I still love it. Anyway, so thank you so much. So I'm going to look this up because Gabby says, I love her song, We Appreciate the Power. Okay, I'm good because I need a little more. I need a little more. Now, having said that, someone else wants some new Grimes music. And that person is Azealia Banks. So then Azealia Banks, because, this like, I think New York Post is the first big exclusive of that they have separated. But, and also there was like a full Elon Musk statement where he said, they're amicable and she's actually at my house right now. And the whole thing is like, I'm in Texas, doing this thing and she's in LA doing her thing. So, our things are different. And yeah, the baby right now is like with her because, the baby's like really attached to her, like the whole breastfeeding thing. But like I'll do stuff later. Okay, so this is Azealia Banks, okay? And really, really, if you aren't listening, this is the LOL of this whole story. Posts a picture, goes, okay, girl, to Grimes. Can we finally make those darn songs now that apartheid Clyde is out of the way? We really supposed to eat these bitches up. Azealia Banks called Elon Musk apartheid Clyde. I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't ever tell me that Azealia Banks is a one-hit wonder. No, honey, she got that 2-punch. First of all, I don't think she's a one-hit wonder at all. Of course, I like 2-1-2, 1-2 punch, 2-1-2. Interesting. But I also love Anna Wintour. That's the name of that song, right? I like a lot of her songs, but she's obviously problematic in a lot of ways or whatever. She's can be very challenging as a fan to like, and I feel like all the time I want more songs from people and less like bullshit or whatever. And at this point in my life, because I've lived, I'm still grateful for the artists that have given me good music that still walk this day, because of course I understand what it's like to have someone like, and these are different people, but I'm just saying point of views and musical tastes and musical artists. I know what it's like to love someone like Amy Winehouse and get one album. Yes, she had another album in England, different sound. And yes, there's different songs, and I definitely like, of all the Amy songs, of all the ones that like my favorite Amy songs are just live versions I had. I mean, back in the day, like stripped off of different things, absolutely. And some of them she is just out of her mind wasted. Anyway, that's Amy Winehouse. And obviously she passed. And that's why I'm just like, okay, well, I'll never have any more of her. But Azealia Banks, also problematic. She still walks this earth, honey. So yeah, 212, obviously amazing. But she's coming for Grimes and that new music. Oh yeah, I wanted it. That's something else I'm gonna like take a picture of and share this with you, because I do have, speaking of music, this is not even like, this was a track that dropped in 2020. I just never heard it. And I was shopping with Wah the other day. And this is, whatever it is, I was at outlet store. Sorry, it's coming in, and so it's ruining my reception. I had just to airdrop it, and the song came on, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is it? I love it!" And so I knew that it was a cover, and I didn't know anything else about it, and I couldn't definitely understand who was singing it. So I had to like just Shazam in the middle of the store, like one of those, just like, and one of the like security guys stared at me, and I was just like, "I'm Shazamming this phone. I'm Shazamming this song." But then I bought a bunch of things, which I have to return. The dressing rooms weren't open. So many details. Okay, so having said that, that'll come later. Or there's a lot of things that it's so funny because I started the story by being like, the Elon Musk, and then I brought up the fact that he had hosted SNL and that he had played Mario in that sketch, and that's what I know of Grimes. And here we are now. And so Azealia Banks had like come for Elon before a lot. She hates that person. And so interesting. And he is definitely weird. I mean, definitely weird. So Azealia Banks fans are always fighting for our lives, stronger than the Marines. I know. Because you can't, she's just like, there's so many things where you're like, I can't do anything. No, I am not my sister's keeper, like my sister, she's not my, but at the same time, when it pops, it pops. And, our apartheid Clyde is like, apartheid. Is it apartheid Clyde? Apartheid? You know what? I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad you brought it up. And listen, we can both see that those glasses, and you're right. Absolutely, you're right. I am so sorry. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Sometimes I have auditory problems. It's apartheid, isn't it? Apartheid Clyde. Apartheid Clyde. Apartheid Clyde. He. Sorry. Just keep putting on the Elon's a weirdo thing. Okay, so yeah, then there's this other, we could have literally an hour talk about Azealia Banks and everything that happened with her, okay, but we can't. That's not on the docket, but I had to bring that up because, again, it's a hit now. That's a hit. Her third hit, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so everything's connected. So side note, I don't have a picture for this. I have a fun picture, but I'll tell you, is everyone's a little upset because they're going to do a Mario movie, and which one is it? The Chris? I always get the Chris. I was confused. Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is going to be Mario, right? And he's just like, Chris Pratt, and like not nearly enough like Italian or anything enough to like be like, well, and not that in this day and age, like, why is that happening? Can't there be a billion other better options for this character, And I found this on the internet, and I wish I could have like picked the Twitter. I'll tell you, I think it's IGN. I don't know what IGN stands for. They tweeted it out. So whatever that is, we're all about video games. So at IGN tweeted this. So that's how I found this. Is, honey, Danny DeWario. Just make a movie I want to see with people I want to see in it. They don't make good movies anymore. Ugh, they just really don't. They don't care about us. However, having said that, don't worry. I have a movie review up for our docket for our watching too. I've also realized, which is completely fine, that I am not going to monetize the followings on YouTube unless For some reason, but most of them. And the reason why is I want to be able to play for you when I can content for us to watch and then talk about together in the realm of what I'm talking about, stories, things I'm following, and things I'm really excited about. Which, that means more to me than just being able to which is why I'm putting up my Venmo, that I'm not going to be able to monetize these videos. So having said the Mario thing, let me just move on to that SNL thing. Another huge story is that Kim Kardashian is going to be a host for this season's SNL. In October, she's going to be the host, meaning host, skits, monologue. What if I was and musical guest with her hit jam? I hoped, can I be honest? This is where, if I could tap in for 1 week as a writer on SNL, and oh no, I can't, I would love to, but in my wildest dreams, if I still had someone from UCB that was a writer there, I would just email them, pitch them every idea I have. You have got to bring up that, what does that jam video look like? What if Kim Kardashian had a sketch where she released a premiere of that jam video, turn it up. Oh, there's so many good Kim Kardashian sketches you can really do. You can do things that make fun of her, as well as fish out of water things, as well as weird things where you make her do something and stretch. If I could, my other side of me was okay, and if I couldn't just pitch all the ideas for SNL for Kim Kardashian sketches, and I have so many, the other one would be I wish I could be one of her boot camp sketch comedy acting teachers. I'm qualified. Now, listen, have I been on SNL? No, but that's only because how many ethnic, big or chubby women have you seen on there? Not a lot. I know also Lauren Michaels has never given me the opportunity to even audition, but that's fine. I just feel if I could just push her to be able to use vocal tonality, breath in such a situation, and confidence, and she's going to have to memorize everything. I don't care, try and memorize it, because it's the easiest possible thing to get off track when you are reading the cards, which they all do. Some of them think they can read the cards because they're good actors, but Kim's not. So I need Kim to be in it, stated in these sketch comedy characters. I would love her to just kill for some reason. You know who's not ready for her? Deborah Messing. Super pissed about it. Deborah Messing's I've wanted to be an SNL host for years. 4 years. Which then made me really sad. Why wasn't she? Was she on a hit show? Why wasn't she? That's so interesting. She should have been. Yes. There is a propensity for SNL to have people that are draws, people that have things to promote, that kind of thing. And it's definitely not an emphasis on good sketch comedy actors. The weird thing is, sometimes when they have a great sketch comedy actor, the writing is flat. I don't know why. Maybe they're not inspired by who the person is and such an idea to be able to put them in things, or the writers that week are just did something. I have noticed it. For instance, I don't want to, you know what? I don't want to give personal opinions too much, but if you go back in time, there have been amazing sketch comedy actors that have done sketch television shows before, not SNL. Then we'll go on SNL and you're oh my God, this is going to be amazing because you are genius at this. You are a sketch comedy genius. And the writing will be that's what you had? But then it'll be why is this sketch with some dumb football player? And by dumb, I mean just not, it performer wise be so funny or whatever. And it's because, I don't know. It feels like the writing had to be briefer, shorter, easier, but I don't know. I cannot isolate it. It's just something that I've noticed. Ramsterdam says, for some stranger thing, I think Kim K will be fun. I want her to be great. I think she'll be mediocre, if I was to be honest. but I want her to be great. I think she's gonna be mediocre. But I would love her to just really tell me wrong. And the reason why I think she'd be mediocre is because because I've never been really impressed with her going outside of herself to play a character. And steer me wrong and get your law degree, Kim, honey. I'm getting my wealth management thing. We're all doing us. We're all doing us. Okay, so on the docket. Britney Spears, by the way, whole situation, I can't talk too much about it because I sometimes just feel like, and I'm going to talk about this with that, is that everyone scrambling to create content based upon what's now happening feels grabby. So there's just more documentaries coming out, and supposedly she's not into it. She keeps kind of jumping in and off Instagram. She's obviously engaged, but her lawyers are making moves so that her father can finally release the conservatorship and she can move on with getting a prenup, which of course is legally binding, and she has to be able to represent herself in such a way in order to enter into that, which Sam, I think, is against the documentaries. I haven't seen either one of the documentaries. One's like Britney versus Spears, and there's like a Hulu one. I mean, there's just a lot of people scrambling to tell this person's story. And as a fan, I'm kind of like cool now, knowing that she's being taken care of by a lawyer that she has hired to take a step back and be like, all right, you do you. Tap out, honey, like tap out of your social. Don't do any sort of performing, like baby boo, get married on the beach in Hawaii, have 4 kids. I don't need to see any documentaries. And what I would, of course, would love for you to tell us in your own words, like through whatever means you want to, whether it's an interview or a book or a documentary that you have your hand in, where you are talking. And I don't really care about anyone else's, So, she's getting a law degree? Yeah. And Gabby, you're absolutely right. John Mulaney was head writer for SNL before Colin Joust. Wasn't he? He was either head writer, he was head writer of a late night talk show or a late night show. I want to say SNL if it wasn't like Conan or something like that. So sometimes it's like, so sometimes I wonder, like, why is it that the writers can isolate the tonal quality, the knowledge of who this person is, whether that is like a writer they had or someone in the pop culture zeitgeist, but then sometimes with an actor, because they're too actory and they don't have enough of a person. I don't know. Like, I can't tell. Like, the writers just seem to not be able to lock in on something that would be inspirational enough for a funny sketch. Hey, Robert. Okay, so do I have any more? Yes. So another news story of a I had given the story to Wall, so I'm not quite sure if she talked about it on her show, but something that happened that I loved this week was a news story involving one of my favorite people in the whole world, who is Cassandra Peterson. I love me Cassandra Peterson. Cassandra Peterson is an amazing actress, and she went through the Groundling sketch comedy program, and she created a character that is so iconic that it became synonymous with a holiday. And I will tell you, I tried to do the same. I've been on a quest to do the same thing in my life. Because, as I said, like when talking about SNL, like actors and stuff like that, like it's one thing, right, to like do a bunch of SNL characters and, sketch. And it's quite another to sit in a character for a long time, and a period of time, like if you're performing 2 hours or something like that, and in that character be And then especially if you improv, because that is who you are and you're improving in that character. I love that stuff. So Cassandra Peterson created Elvira, right? Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Honey, campy Mistress of the Dark. Are you kidding me? That movie is so weird that she made. I love it so much. It was like so a seminal part of like, I just watched a lot. And her boobs, you know, and her eye makeup and the hair and the sexy, but it was like, she wasn't, her voice was just also a valley girl and had no reverence. It was sort of that. Okay, obviously I love that character. So Elvira has worked this whole time, and we've seen so many iterations of different projects and ways in which Cassandra's been able to tell the point of view or perform, like a reality show, finding a different Elvira. I mean, Elvira has been like the main attraction at Knott's Berry Farm for the past like 40 years. I mean, you know, like she gets to live this entire life with an alter ego in a way that is like, I can't even, the thought of it is like, there's nothing more, you know? So, yeah, so obviously if you know me in real life, or if you know, I also created Fancy, which is my like drag character, if you will, in that kind of situation, where I get to play a character and then be that character. And I would arguably say that if Fancy had a holiday, would most definitely be Valentine's Day. But yeah, Fancy is like Dame Edna and Dolly Parton, you know, like those just like campy, cool, warm. I don't know. So if you know, listen, if you haven't and you want to, I think I have my full length Fancy show on my YouTube channel. So you're welcome to watch it. Yeah, just, you know, can you believe I did that? I like can't believe it. Seems like a different world. Anyway, so, but having said that, let me show you, my love, this picture. So Cassandra came out, and she has been living with her. I don't know if they're married. So, it doesn't say significant other, for 15 years. She describes a story. She's working out at the Hollywood Gold's Gym, and it's like on Fountain and Cahuenga or something like that. And she's on that treadmill, honey. And she looks behind her. It's like cute ass, like boy trainer, you know, and she's like, hi, or whatever. Like that boy trainer like walks past her. She's like, cool. She goes in the bathroom later, and that boy trainer is like in the bathroom. She realizes, oh, it's like not a boy trainer. Oh, it's a lady trainer. Oh, it's a lady trainer. I just, you know, my corner of my eye, and this person is a little masculine. I just didn't, you know, she didn't know. So later on, you know, she like hires the trainer, and they become really good friends. And I think Elvira was married, and I think that marriage fell apart. And one night the trainer shows up at her house, and the trainer's relationship had fallen apart. And they hang out, you know, and they start like hanging out. They like really start hanging out as like friends, you know. And one night Cassandra is just like, I had the sudden urge to kiss her, wanting to be kissed so bad. I had never felt that way ever about a female. My mind wasn't open to it, of understanding it. So, honey, she did, and they have been locked down before the COVID ever since. But she said, you know, they protected this story, which protected the truth in such a way because they wanted to be ensconced in somewhat safety by that, as well as Elvira has such intense fans, and I'm sure a lot of them are male and whatnot. And, you know, I love the idea of being able to have a whole famous persona where I get to make money and I get to perform and entertain and be like, whatever me. And that but also I get to walk around. No one knows me. No one knows me at all. Honey, they don't know me. Nothing. I mean, that's it. That's like the lotto ticket of lotto tickets. I'm so happy that they felt comfortable coming out. And I love her so much. And it's almost Halloween. And I'm like, now what can you do? Like, cool. I mean, I don't know. You can really expand the narrative, you know, you can really like have a lot more. I mean, she always was gay friendly, you know, obviously, in the sense that LGBT people love Elvira. She's a campy queen. Like half of, you know, she's like, yeah, she's a campy drag queen, just like Fancy. They're drag queens. I mean, every way they are bio queens, you know? Um, so anyway, just, yeah, great news story. You guys are saying, who can resist that cleavage? No one. No one can. Hi, Doris. Hi, guys. I love you guys for just like saying hi to everyone. Oh, she's back. She lost her Wi-Fi. Okay, so what else on the dock? So, okay, let's talk about, I have a couple more things. Well, I can't show a video of it. It was too hard to get, but there was a crazy thing happened on The View, which I'll just quickly talk about, which is that basically two of the hosts got COVID positive tested right before Kamala Harris was supposed to come out and talk, and then that didn't get to happen. And Joey had to like talk about it on air. So I'm so sorry. I don't know who the other two hosts are because I don't watch The View that much. They're not the ones that are like, it's not like Whoopi and Joy or Michelle Collins, you know? So it's like, So anyway, that's the news story about that if you care. I really don't. But, you know, COVID still happening. But supposedly we are having a significant drop in cases, which is good. So, but still on the lookout. Korea, their Korean Fashion Week is about to happen. Okay, so they released this hot ass teaser. I want to make sure that I have every bit of information right before I do this, but what so okay, I'm going to show it to you. I have to upload it. It's not coming up as well as I wish. Okay, watch this hot ass trailer and we'll talk about Korean fashion. Okay. You're like, I want to watch it, Chris. You keep telling me you're going to show it to me, and guess what? I haven't seen it. Oh. Why won't that open? Oh, it will. Look, technical difficulties. Give me a second. You know that like it's just me back here. Is it playing? Okay, now it's playing, my love. I can't tell. Is it playing? Why is this happening? Am I having technical difficulties in such a way it looks frozen? So I'm so sorry, my loves. Give me a second. Oh no. Oh, how lovely. I'm sorry. You know what? I can't even remove the thing, nor can I even see that you can see me because it froze. I can't quite tell if you can even hear me. How exciting. Why? Not the best. How do I remedy this? Oh, Lord. It's my, I'm back. Sorry, my loves. Okay, now I'm gone. I hope I'm back. That was crazy and truly annoying. And I really am so sorry. But I want to show you this. Honey, you know what it's like to do so much diligent research? Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Wrong video, and I'm sorry about that. I have that to show you too. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing all of this is because I'm trying to show you two videos that are exciting things. One is this Fashion Week video. I mean, it's just not playing, isn't it? Okay, round two. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. That's it. That's it. I cannot do it. I'm sorry, my loves. I tried really hard. So there's a beautiful soul fashion video with like this hot global ambassador. Just, honey, he is walking so fiercely, so confidently, so sexily. I was just like, well, this is how you do it. I'm into it. And I really wanted to show you that. And the other video I really wanted to show you all was Apple TV dropped a trailer for Macbeth starring Denzel Washington, okay? And Frances McDormand. Out, damn spot. Out, this new Macbeth. Joel Cohen is one of the guys doing it. Okay, now I'm back. Could you hear me that whole time? I'm so sorry, my loves. I was talking. Could you hear me? And if I lost people because of those technical difficulties, I'm so sorry. How truly annoying. And I'll get on top of that. Okay, so I obviously can't show you these videos. So those are the two videos that you have assignments for if you want to see what I'm talking about. Link the video. Okay, yeah. That's exactly what I'll do. That's exactly what I'll do. That's the Macbeth trailer post, which also has information about, and then the South Korean fashion video. I don't have readily available. I'm so sorry. I had found that and screen grabbed it, honey, at my own accord, just being like, I'm going to show everyone everything, and then I can't do anything, and now I'm so sad. So I'm glad you could hear me the whole time. Thank you so much, Sean. So yeah, look, and then so both those things are just fun things to watch and on the docket. Now, you know I got to talk about this, even though I keep saying I'm not going to talk about this. But on the show Horizon, last night's Big Brother was very dramatic, very dramatic. Now, here we are. As we know, we have made history by having the last 6 remaining people in the Big Brother house as being the African-American members of the cookout, right? Okay. And the person that created the master plan, that is why it worked so well, Tiffany, who's my fave, got kicked out by Kyland, right? And then after that, Kyland kicked out Hannah. Actually, it wasn't. It was Azza who kicked out Hannah. And the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Okay. So now Xavier is arguably going to win. And he has Azza still there, Kylan still there, and Derek F still there. And Kyland is and Derek are the only big competitors, and everyone else is truly nothing. I mean, truly unable to win a comp. And if they win a comp, they completely lose control of their like minute-long HOH and get it like taken away from her and make a horrible move, Azza. So I mean, like, and listen, I love Azza. I think she's gorgeous, and I think that she's really sweet. So I'm being only mad at her gameplay, and also because I liked Chada. But here we are. So then, basically, Kylan has a final 2 deal with Xavier. Xavier is like, I don't need to take you, and it would be dumb for me to take you because you have more votes, and I'm going to win against these 2 people. Absolutely, they've done nothing. And Kylan just wants to be like pissed about it. And so he has talked himself into thinking, well, I want to play against all the big competitors, and competitors are just what makes it do for me. Like, I have a huge ego, so I want to win against the best competitor. And so that means something. And used a conversation that it had with Xavier, which was this: Xavier has a nephew. Xavier's brother died. And so Xavier wants to use some of the money in order to set up an education fund for his nephew. And it's like a sad situation for him. And basically, Kylan gets kicked out of the house, right? Like kicked out of the house, like, and, you know, zero, or, you know, actually the way that it happened is obviously D-Fish has to just look at him and be like, D-Fish. Derek, D-Fish is a basketball player. Derek is basically like, by Kylan. Kylan looks at Xavier and he's like, your nephew, you're going to do this with your nephew? Like, this is how you want to be perceived? You have to, basically saying that Xavier shouldn't have gotten Kylan to go out because somehow Xavier's nephew is going to be taught a lesson, and that he won't look up to Xavier anymore because Kylan gets kicked out of like at 4 people left of this Big Brother season. It is so, also while he's doing it in such a way that like Xavier's like, stop talking about him. And I think you should leave now. It's like Xavier's about to punch him on national TV live, and it's CBS. Julie Chen's like, Kylan, leave. Kylan, leave the house. Kylan, get your bags. He's like, everyone's like, get out, get out. It's like so crazy. I've never seen a goodbye like that in my whole life. This season has been so interesting. Also, this last episode, you watched Tiffany finally tell all the juror members the entire cookout, master plan, everything. She has to get America's favorite. So if that's important to you, which it is important to me, I already texted last night. You can text 97979, the word Tiffany. If she spells it with a Y, you have to give her money, honey. She did it all, okay? Okay, so that was that. Final thing, like the song. This is the song that I told you about that I was shopping with Wah. And I was like, I like this song. And I had to just Shazam it. And it's a cover of Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana by an incredible artist named Amber Mark, who I didn't know about. And now I do. This is like, it's only 2 minutes. It should be 15 minutes long. It's not long enough. And she recorded it in 2020 in her apartment. And it's so weird because I had actually never heard the words of the song before. I've heard the song many times. Just never knew the words. And when I heard the song that she sang, I was like, oh, wow. I think the original version is good. I think that certain things speak to you. And yeah, like, it's not going to be like a big surprise that like probably a song that has a lot more like R&B and soul aspect to it is going to be in a groove to it. It's like sexy and groovy. It's going to probably speak to me like in a vibe way and like a beat way. and the beat is the biggest part. It's probably how I should have like started that sentence, much more than grunge rock, but neither here nor there. I was just talking to someone the other day. It's so interesting because I do like a Peloton. I like Peloton, and there's so Peloton's so huge. I can't believe that Cody person's on Dancing with the Stars. Anyone watching that show? That premiered. I'm happy for. It's like interesting that JoJo Sawa. Everyone's like, oh, JoJo's gay, and it's the first time someone's gonna be dancing with a girl, and I want to be like more so. The controversy should be like she's a dancer. JoJo, she's been dancing. She was a fetus. Her mom put bows on a fetus and put her into Abby Lee Miller dance school. Like what? Then she became a YouTube star. She's not she's not as great as Maddie. It like would be if Maddie Ziegler was on it. Isn't Dancing with the Stars? One of the stars is a dancing star. I mean, anyway, so that's more my hot take of that. Siwa. Jojo Siwa. Thank you, Gabby. This is why, I'm too old. I'm too old for this. I'm too old for that life. Zendaya was on it, and Zendaya, she was on Shake It Up for 4 years before. Yeah, and Nicole Scherzinger from Pussycat Dolls. Oh, you were like a professional singer dancer the whole time? And she's like, no, I really wasn't. I was like the singer. Like those other girls, like were the burlesque dancers. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I love that story. I love like everything involved, like her, Pussycat Dolls, Robin Anton. Like there just seems to be so much drama in between all of them. I hate to love it. I love to hate it, hate to love it. Oh, good call. Then all the professional ice skaters. Well, God bless. And I don't know. Yeah, I guess there's different ways. And I watched JoJo's. I only watched a little bit of JoJo's. It was like a fast little two-step with her partner. Again, not to be like, what's it like for her to dance with a girl? More to be like, she's a dancer. And she's, I didn't realize also how tall she is. She's a tall girl. She's taller than her partner. I mean, I don't care if two people dance together. It's like I've watched so much So You Think You Can Dance, like where two partners dancing together. It's not like whatever. I guess in Dancing with the Stars, they're usually like in a closed position, holding each other, as opposed to like a hip hop number, I guess. So that's what the difference is in some versions. But if they were, I'm so used to like two women doing a modern dance together or whatever. It just doesn't seem super crazy. But the world is what it is. Let me see. I think I said it all, my loves. I think I have everything done for us. Yeah. Yes. What a life we've had. I've really enjoyed this following with you. I'm going to keep it short and under an hour, which is usually what I would like to do. And every time I've gone over that, it's because I just love you all so much. Apartheid Clyde. Apartheid. I'm so mad at myself. But you live and you learn. Anyway. Yeah, so it was the harvest moon. It's the changing of the seasons. Where are you in your feelings, in your touch, and where are you in your awareness and in touching with yourself? I don't know if that's where are you in your mental state? Do you feel in control? Do you feel good? Do you feel warm? Do you feel good? So interesting because as we get into this like fall and then thus winter, like we think of so many like warming and comforting aspects of it. And I wonder sometimes if maybe that is like a traditional remedy for what can come up energetically during a seasonal change of summer to fall. Never thought about that. Just literally a theory. Do something, to check in with yourself in this way. I'm actually I'm going to just take care of myself all weekend long in different ways. I made a whole list of different ways in which I will feel good about the phrase taking care of myself. And it's a varied and diverse list of things and tasks and work. So I don't want to hear this. I feel like crap. I'll just tell you, personally, I have been just like, I don't know why it's very hard for me to feel really grounded and in control right now. Like, I feel like very reactive and unable to bring myself back from the feelings that arise. And I am also, because I feel anxious, sometimes I'm not conscious of how it's coming off into others until I'm like wrapped up in something. And then I realize I might have brought us or me here and I want to get out. I don't know. Anyone else feel that? I don't know. I don't know. It's like those are some feelings that I'm having, I guess. But I love you guys. Energetic at this time of year. School starting is always like New Year. Yeah. I can feel that. Right now, super stressed. We have another raging wildfire on the edge of our town. It's burned into residential areas now. I'm just trying to stay focused on gym life. Oh, God, that threat's so hard when you have that. Okay. Is there a movie we ate all watching Chris? Is there a movie we ate all watching Chris? All watching? Is there a movie we can watch? Is there a movie? Oh, I don't know. I'm so sorry. Everyone's not into it. God, everyone's been struggling. Okay, well, yeah. So what does that mean? Like, everyone's struggling. What can we do? What are some active things we can do? I guess. So I'll just tell you some of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to do dumb things off my returns list I have to do. I'm going to work out, exhaust my body. I think I have not been working out the way I need to do. I need to be doing and I did strength, and I need to also be doing more yoga. So that's important. I'm going to get a massage. I think I need, so gross. I think I need to be touched. I think I need to be touched in that way, in a non-sexual way, in a very hold me down, like someone's taking care of me way in my body way. I'm going to get a manicure and pedicure. Those are just the frivolous things. I'm going to clean my room, clean the house, do my returns, and I'm going to do some writing I need to do, and some action lists I need to do, and study in my 2 courses that I really want to advance in. So all of these will make me feel better. And yeah, I had a meeting with my therapist. So if that's something that you have in your life or feel like could be good for you, definitely meeting with my therapist was incredibly necessary yesterday. And I thank her so much. And I'm so appreciative that I found someone I can talk to. Oh, all right, my loves. Okay, I do want to keep it under an hour. I always say that it's 58 minutes. So you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I am at Chris L. Farah. You're also, you know what? Oh, I missed a super chat, didn't I? Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Someone gave me a super chat and I didn't say it. There it is. Thank you so much, Marie. That's so kind. And I appreciate it so much. Thank you. You're always incredibly generous. And girl, I got to get in that gym life too. Okay, so Chris L. Fair on Instagram and Twitter. You can also, join my private Facebook group. That's Vanity Farah here on Facebook. Other than that, my loves, what's going to happen Sunday? It's that 90-day life. We're back. It's the toe. Dip your toe into my toe. Gross. I don't know what to tell you. I wish I didn't say that. But have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Always, your comments when it gets posted. You guys are the best. Bye, boobs.